Alright, so the first night is done. Pardon my appearance here and how I look. I usually wake up really fast in the mornings. Not super slow, but not too fast. Anyway, the night went really well. We'll get into the details about how everything did. So how much of the battery did we use and all that stuff overnight. But first, I got to get me some coffee and get a shower and brush my teeth. So I'm gonna go do those things real quick, and then we'll come back and talk about how things went and what kind of usages and things that we consumed. Alright, so I've currently got my coffee in hand and got my shower and all that stuff is done. And it is about 38 degrees out this morning. Didn't get it quite as cold last night as I thought it was going to. It did get to, I don't know, around 32 or so. I got up in the middle of the night, went ahead and checked, and it didn't quite get down in the 20s like I thought it was going to, but still cold nevertheless. Anyway, let's talk about what we have in store for today. So what we got going on is I got to go out and get the dogs and let them out and play. I am at home and we have a little play area in the back, so we're going to let them play a little bit today. And then after that, we got church. So we're going to do that. And if you want to come along and watch, I actually play the bass guitar. I play other things too. At least I try to act like I know what I'm doing. So maybe you'll get to see a little bit of that as well. And then this afternoon, the wife wants to go pick out a Christmas tree. So we'll try to carry you along with us on that as well. But let's talk about what the temperature and all that looks like for today, because it's actually going to be a little warmer than I thought, at least what was predicted at first. Okay, so the weather today looks like it's going to be somewhere around the 60, 61 degrees. At least that's what the weatherman says, or weather lady. Anyway, it's going to be a little warmer than I expected. I know we're doing a winter video, and I wanted to do really cold weather, but I don't know. That weather just wanted to warm up today for some reason. So like I said, it did get down into the lower 30s last night. Inside did really well. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But otherwise, it's going to warm up some. So when it does, I'm not going to be using the propane as much. I did find that when running the propane, that the fan also runs off the 12-volt system, so it runs off the battery. And when the fan is running, if it's running for a long period of time, then it's going to be using up some of that battery. So something to keep in mind. We'll go on to all those details as the video goes along, but that's kind of what we've seen so far. So you can see, I got my gloves on. It is still too cold out here to go and play with the dogs and not keep gloves on, or gloves in period. But anyway, what I'm going to do today with the camper is I'm not going to turn any of that stuff off. I'm going to let it manage itself. See how it does during the day. Now, if it's going to get up in the 60s, then that means that the furnace should get to the point where the temperature inside it doesn't need it, and we'll see. One thing I will say, I was kind of surprised that I even made it through the night, but I think I know why. I'll throw the ball behind me. Anyway, I had to come out and play with the dogs a lot. I get a lot of panting and running and playing and training. But this morning, I think we're just going to let them play a little bit more than normal. On to the camper. You know, you're all panting in my video. So, as King pounces around here because he sees the dog next door, Cruz wants me to throw a ball some more, so I'm going to try to throw a ball while I'm talking to you. Of course, it doesn't help if I just hit her with the ball. But on to the camper. So propane usage, use it to make coffee, heat up the water heater, and to run the propane furnace overnight. We'll see how well that did. Electrically, as far as the battery goes and lights, used minimum amount of lights as far as the camper itself goes. I do have some other lights I'll show you a little bit that I use that have their own batteries, and the reason for that is so that I don't have to use up the battery of the camper itself. Keep those other ones charged up. Try to save a little more power out of the battery, see how far we can go. So we'll talk more details about that and see if we can make it one more night. I don't know, we'll see how the day goes today. All right, so as the camper is sitting at the house baking in this 60-degree weather, we're over here picking up some Christmas trees. So, well, I say some Christmas trees. We're gonna get one Christmas tree for our house. The wife ain't getting more than one. At least I don't think she wants more than one. I don't know, we'll do what she says. So once we get back, we'll put all this information together, talk about whether or not I think we can handle one more night or not. And then from there, if we go into one more night, of course, it'll be one more video. If not, we'll wrap things up. So we'll see in just a little bit. So I'm gonna get over here with the family so we can get some trees. Hear all the kids screaming and laughing because they're playing in the trees. Anyway, for now, I'm gonna get back with the family so that we could pick a tree. Now that we're back home from getting the Christmas tree, and you can see right here, we got the Christmas tree ready to take it inside. But before we do that, let's go inside of the camper and see what the temperature is right now, and we'll check on the battery level while we're at it. All right, as you can see, the temperature is about 71.3 degrees, and outside is at about 62 degrees, so it does warm up inside here pretty well. Let's take a quick look at the battery level, and looks like the battery level is at about a half, so we really haven't used any. And I know that the heater hasn't come on, so the propane heater that heats up inside hasn't come on because we got it set at 64 degrees, so it isn't gonna come on. It doesn't need to. It's already warmer than it needs to be in here. With that being said, I think we might be able to get one more night out of this thing. I'm not really sure. We'll see. But currently, according to the weather here, they say it's about 60 degrees right now, and the low is 37 degrees tonight, so it's still kind of chilly this evening. I think we might be able to make one more night. I don't know. We'll try that out. All right, so now I'm gonna go inside and help the wife. I gotta get this tree set up. Don't think we're decorating tonight, but I still gotta go up in the attic and get the tree stand and get the tree on it. While I'm doing that, it should start to significantly cool down outside, which means it should start to cool down inside of here as well. So while we're letting it do that, I'm gonna go help her out, and then we'll come back and start getting ready for another night. All right, so we're wrapping up today, and it's about 9:23 p.m. We are almost out of battery. The last time I looked, we were at about a half, but when the propane heater turns on, it drops down to the last little dot. Hopefully we'll make it through the night, and that'll kind of give me an idea how far we can make it on the camper. But anyway, we're gonna turn in for the night, and we'll see in the morning kind of how things work. Man, it is so cold in here.